Well, hey there, leaders. I wanted to take just a minute to explain to you how to run a Discover Alpine class there at your campus. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for the lead pastor or really any leader in the church to be able to run this class. Remember, the big picture purpose of this class, it's kind of meant to be an orientation for new people to the church. And so you're going to have kind of two probably main groups there. You're going to have people that are Christians and people that are seekers. And it's important to be able to speak to both groups. You're going to have the Christians there that are moving into town and they're with the Air Force or they're just moving in for business, and they, kind of have their own assumptions and expectations about what a local church should offer. And so we're trying to address them and help them understand who we are and what we do as a church. But also don't forget there are going to be a large group of people there, hopefully, that are seekers, that are really just, maybe they're coming out of Mormonism or they're just trying to figure out this whole Christian thing. And so we want to make sure that we are speaking to them as well. And so that's the big picture. We're trying to orient them, give them a big picture, and then ultimately the goal of the class is at the end, they know what their next step is. They're made aware of our resources and opportunities, and they know, okay, if I'm ready to take that next step, how do I do it? How do I get connected to a serving opportunity? How do I get connected to a small group? How do I get connected to a mentor? Once we explain these ideas, we want people to know, well, how do I do that after this? So here's what we have offered to you. Right here on this page, you can download all the things I'm about to reference. One is the Discover Agenda, and that's just kind of an outline that gives kind of the table of contents for what we're going to go over during this class. And you should print that out and probably hand one to everyone as they come in so they have a sense of where we are. People like to kind of know the order of service, and that'll also help kind of keep you focused. And there's going to be 4 main sections on that agenda. And for each of the 4 main sections, we have a short video that we've created that can explain the content of that section. Now, here's your options with that. You can either just roll the video, you can either play it online or you can download it here, and you can kind of, the videos are 3 to 5 minutes that explain that section. Or better yet, we think it's even better if you want to watch this video yourself or have your leaders watch this video and you can articulate that in your own words. We made these videos so that we'll all be speaking the same language, so we'll all be on the same page. We think there's a great value if you or one of your leaders wants to watch this video yourself and then articulate it in your own words, just making sure you stick to the content there. There's slides that go along with all of those videos. And again, those slides will be below. There's going to be Google Slides that you can play right from your device, or you can download the slides yourself. And so make sure that if you're going to articulate it yourself, you're using our slides and our structure and our outline, and you can go through those. But then after those 4 sections, the last section, this is really the most important part, is where you can share just really about how they can practically get connected there at your campus. You can plug your specific small groups that you have available, talk about the different ones that you have. You can talk about some of the upcoming events that maybe are specific to your campus. You can talk about the mentoring opportunities. Maybe you have marriage mentors or youth mentors. Talk about the different mentoring opportunities you have specifically at your campus. And talk about the service opportunities for people to have. If you've got needs on this team or that, that's where you can kind of pitch that. But really, you want to make sure at the very end, you are giving people an opportunity to sign up and show them how they can do that. Don't leave it vague. Say, fill out this paper or go here, and just make sure they know very practically what the next step for them is after that class if they want to get involved. Now, we don't want to do too much of a hard sell. We're not arm twisting here, but we're letting people know when you're ready. If you're here and you're still trying to just check things out, that's great. Take your time. Just keep coming to the services. Keep pursuing God. But when you're ready, you want to get more connected. You want to get involved. You want to start serving. We want to make sure they know how to do that. And then finally, you want to wrap up the time and open up the floor for any questions, because a lot of times people have questions, and that's kind of a tricky thing because you don't want that to become something where they get taken off into left field and people want to bring up all kinds of controversial and weird issues. And if it gets controversial or weird, just say, you know what, how about we talk about that question after class? But give people an opportunity to ask questions. And if you're not sure about that, we also have a resource called FAQ, and you can kind of use that to help guide you through some of those tough questions. Now, this whole class should be right around 45 to 50 minutes long at the most. We want to make sure that we are done, before the service that's going on is over. And we also want to have time at the beginning for people to kind of talk and connect and have some snacks and get to know each other. And so that is how you run a Discover at your church.